So what are you seeing in teams that are overly relying on tech or AI without investing in team management?
There are mainly three patterns, I would say, that I see. The first is where teams rely more on the tools over conversation. So you can have lots of messages on Slack and Teams and shared documents, but there's no real shared understanding because busy doesn't mean aligned, and confusion can creep in and there can be second guessing. So you think, well, who's really driving this task? Are we going forward? Has this already been decided? All those kind of questions can kind of pop up, and it can lead to friction because, not that people are trying to do the wrong things or are doing the wrong things, but because they're just trying to fill in the blanks on their own, And I guess the second thing would be is leaders going off, hands off a bit too early, because the assumption is the tool's in place. Great, now the team can self-manage, right? No, because without check-ins to talk through and give, human direction, human leadership, then performance can drop. And under the surface, you can get frustration building. And by the time you kind of realize that, it's kind of effective results. And the last point I would say would be the culture suffers. The culture gets quietly eroded because tools, they can't shape tone. So if leaders aren't active, the team builds its own version of culture. And you have silence and people becoming disengaged, or there's a polite resistance. This isn't just anecdotal. Even HBR, Harvard Business Review, wrote about the fact that remote culture doesn't carry over automatically. It just will weaken unless someone's actually making an effort to reinforce it. So technology is a fantastic support too, but it doesn't create connection. You want humans for that. So I would say use the tech for structure and speed, but the emotional work, it still needs a human. So tech should always support your leadership, but not replace it, in my view.